it's Amy, the Common Sense Cook, and here I am today with our first video. And what I want to do is actually talk to you about school lunches. Most of our kids are heading back to school about this time of year, and I know as a Paleo mom who's never had her kids in school, was absolutely mortified and terrified of what to send her kids to school. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the easiest thing that I came up with. There are so many resources out there, you can definitely find other things. Nom Nom Paleo is the first one that comes to mind. She used the Lunchbox, which is really great. But what I use is actually just these Rubbermaid throwaway containers. Now I know some people are very iffy on plastic. I understand that BPA is a dangerous thing. It can leach into your things if it's going to be heated, but these are going to stay cool, so I don't worry about it as much. And I also like these little Ziploc ones. They're tiny and they're great for just smaller things, dressing and things like that. My two older children have these that I got at Walmart, and these are called Smart Planet, and they're actually silicone. They pop out like that, and you can see they can hold a lot more food. The lids actually have where you can put sauce, and you can also have a spoon fork combo, and it's pretty neat, and the kids love it. The only thing is with the sauce container, you can't put enough sauce in there for a child, so normally I just send them with one of these on the side. No big deal. Now, as to what I actually send and how I send it. Most times, for my littlest, I will send one of these, and I use these. Now, I want to find the silicone cups like this, because they're reusable. But for right now, I have the paper ones, and I just stick them in each container like this, okay? And usually I put a salad here, and then I'll put some fresh berries, strawberries, or any fruit absent apples. And the funny thing about apples is if you cut them, they turn brown. But I actually got approved by my Paleo kids that they were fine and they ate them. I also do cucumbers. I'll take just a small cucumber from the farmer's market and I'll cut that up, and I also do carrots, and they really like that. And then I'll put their salad, what I usually do for their salad. So I'll take organic kale, is so cheap and it's absolutely delicious and wonderful to eat raw. Some people like to saute it in bacon, and that's absolutely awesome, but definitely try some fresh organic kale. I'll use that as the base. As for the lettuce, now you can use any lettuce you want. You want to use spinach? I did that last week and they loved it. I've done iceberg lettuce. It's whatever you like. You can customize this however you want. Now on top of them, I usually will do sunflower seeds. My youngest school, his school is actually nut free, so I can't do almonds or things like that, but play around with it. Pecans, walnuts, hazelnuts, anything that you like. Try to put it on your salad, and it gives you that crunchiness, because as a Paleo family, we can't do croutons unless they're gluten-free, and those are just an extra added expense, and they're processed. So I'd rather go with some good healthy fats. And I just learned not too long ago that sunflower seeds are actually one of the highest things that you can have for vitamin E, which is great. Let's see, what else do I send on that? I got a big bag of dried blueberries. Now you can use raisins, cranberry raisins. I've actually looked at the craisins. Their ingredients list is not bad, so I go ahead and let my kids have them because they don't have artificial colors in it, and you look at them and they look bright, but I think that's actually natural. But these are dried blueberries, and they're absolutely amazing. I can't even explain how delicious they are on a salad, and that's one of our biggest things that we found this summer, is that we really love to put some fruit on our salad, and it makes it so much more delicious. I like olives. Now these are Kalamata olives, and they've been pitted, and I bought them at the store like this, but they're absolutely wonderful. They're so salty, and they give a dimension to your salads. If you do eat cheese, feta or goat cheese, crumbled goat cheese is one of the best things to go with that salad. It's absolutely amazing. Let's see. Here's some fresh blueberries. This is what I usually put on the side. You can also send grapes. Kroger's, our local Kroger's, has had these organic ones on sale for $2 a pound, which is not bad for grapes because grapes can get plenty expensive. Now, depending on your style of eating, I know some vegans don't eat a lot of fat, so they might not want a dressing, and that's fine. Or they might do a real food dressing. Christina from Fully Raw, she does some really interesting dressings that don't have fat, so you might check that out if that's what you need. But I've just got some Marzetti poppy seed dressing. It's their favorite. It's sweet. It's delicious, and I actually like it. And the only ingredient in it that's kind of iffy is the eggs and some of the additives. But anyway, we digress. Now on the side, I know for snacks, some people are trying to figure out what snacks to do, and I love Lara bars for my 2 in kindergarten that actually can have nuts, and they're in a package, they're easy to handle, the kids can open them, they're delicious, and you can read all of the ingredients. Actually, give me a second, I'll show you. Okay. So this is what a Lara bar looks like. You can find them anywhere. You can also find them in bigger boxes of 5, but they're gluten-free, and here's a lemon bar. And for real, here are the ingredients. Dates, cashews, almonds, lemon juice concentrate, dried lemon juice concentrate, and natural lemon flavor. That's it, you know? And it's absolutely delicious. There's some of them, like cashew cookie, that's dates and cashews. How can you get more simple than that? And I've actually seen where you can make them at home too if you like, but this is just easy to throw in the kids' bags and say, here you go. Now, my youngest is nut-free at his school, like I said, and I send him applesauce, and I think this is such a great deal. This is organic, unsweetened applesauce. I like to eat this myself, and it's sweet enough. I don't know what the sweetened version would taste like, you know, but this is absolutely delicious. It's in a small container. He has a spoon with him already. And the thing about it is this whole pack, this is what it looks like. It's Wild Oats Organic from Walmart. Yes, Walmart. And it's $2.14 here in Arkansas. So, I mean, an absolutely amazing deal. I've seen other brands that are like $4. And no offense, I love to support organic companies, but there's a line, especially with our budget. So that's an absolutely amazing way to be able to do that. Now, as far as protein, there's certain things I look for. And the protein, I have done chicken. And what I'll do is I'll actually take chicken, I'll put it in a container, I'll cook it, and then I'll put it in a container. And I'll just pull it out as I need it, and I'll chop it up with some scissors and put it over their salad. Now, you could do ground beef, you could do chicken. I sent some pork this morning that I had made sausage patties, and I just cut them up. You could even do things like hot dogs. I know one of my kids has been asking for hot dogs all week, and I keep forgetting, but it's just one of those ways to get some protein in them, but you're also getting them some heavy stuff in it. And my kids got out of the car, and the teacher that was helping them in the car rider line was like, man, this backpack's nearly as heavy as you are. And I commented, it's the healthy, nutritious lunch I sent, because it's true. And that's what I want to say, is a lot of these things are nutrient dense. Kale is supposed to be one of the most nutrient dense vegetables that you can find. And also, I try to find a wide color of things. You know, cucumbers are green, blueberries are blue, kale's green, olives are purple. You try to teach your kids to eat the rainbow. And the funny thing is a lot of people, they're like, well, how do you get your kids to eat vegetables? How in the world do you do it? It's simple. You give it to them. And I always try to exercise careful persistence. So, for instance, my kids used to not eat salads. They used to not want to eat things like olives or grapes or things like that. And what I really tried to do is give it to them. But like broccoli, for instance, this is what I did with Madison, my oldest. I gave her one piece, and she had to eat that one piece to be able to get a dessert or an extra thing. So what you might do is, you know, fix other things that they like. If they like mashed potatoes or if they like something like that, do mashed potatoes, but give them that side of broccoli and insist. You know, you don't want to make a fight out of it, because then they'll grow to have issues with food. But just careful persistence where they can, you know, try things, and eventually now Madison asks for broccoli. So I hope that's helpful to you guys when you're trying to figure out what's for lunch. Like I said, there's a lot of resources out there other than just me for back to school, use your friend Google and try to figure it out. That way you can send these nutrient-dense, awesome lunches, and they can be able to have healthy food at school. Because as we know, school lunches, they're not that healthy anymore. Back like when I was a kid. But I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And I want to remind you that the only wrong way to cook is to not cook at all. Bye, guys. God, that is exhausting. Oh, and it's still